Inflation Today, June 21st, 2021. This is a video on preparing for anything really. Just building a deep pantry on a limited budget or limited space, living in the city. This is something someone I know does. He visits the food bank and will take whatever they've got, as much as possible. Usually he's able to get some cans. So you can see in this image here, we've got some tomato paste, we've got some tuna in the background, and then there's quite a bit of pasta, as well as like some treats like these wagon wheels. You've got fresh produce here, a lot of potatoes and apples and some meals here in the background, quite a lot of stuff. So this is, you would then stash the cans away for the future, and you would kind of eat everything else. This is something he's able to get once per week. So this would be a haul of food you'd be able to get once per week. And you eat everything else, and you'll find that you're not really buying much food anymore, and you're able to use whatever money you've saved on other things. So you could be buying solar panels for yourself, you could be saving for land, you could be putting stuff in the stock market or buying precious metals with that money, or whatever you feel it is you need to do. This is another image from another week, a lot more fresh produce this time. So you could actually learn to do some processing here. Like you could take these cucumbers and you could learn to pickle them. You could do the same thing with onions. You could make applesauce with the produce. You've got fish here, so you could do something with that. Try and practice some canning on the fish. And what's great about using food bank food or private food kitchens that churches will provide is you don't risk your own capital to do these things. You're just kind of training yourself and learning, but you're also saving a lot of money that you can then put to work in other ways. This is his pantry. So this is kind of now filling up with food bank food, which you're getting every single week, and you're just putting a bit away every week, a bit away every week, a bit away every week. And this is something that's advised by a lot of these prepper channels, but I've never seen any prepper channel suggest using charity in this way in order to meet those goals. Another thing, this is something that I do, is I've always had a community garden or an allotment garden, and this will allow you to grow a lot of your own food or some of your own food, and you can really learn a lot in just a 4-foot by 8-foot plot. It doesn't sound like much, but you can grow a lot of food out of a plot like that, especially if you're growing your salad greens and your herbs, and once again, that takes money. Puts that money back in your pocket. Allotment gardens are very cheap. They just have a nominal fee that you pay each year. My first one, which was a 4-foot by 8-foot, was only $14 a year. And the one I have now, which is much larger, a 1,000 square foot plot, is just over $100 a year. So it's a pittance for the amount of land that you have access to. And since these are located in the city, you actually have a high pressure fresh water source, which is not always something you have out in the country. A pure water, so often in the country you'll get sulfur or other things in the water. It might have to be preserved, whatever, purified or whatever. So these are just a couple of ideas for thinking about food strategies. Again, that's starting to use the food bank now and learning to process what you get from the food bank now and storing some of it away, as well as learning to garden on either a community garden, which these are all over the place. Every city in sort of North America will have these. Or an allotment garden, which is very lucky if you have an actual allotment in North America. These are much more common in Europe. So this would be something that you would more likely have access to if you're a European.